Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the Brownwood Lions Coaches Show here on KOXC. I am Derek Stuckley, along with Brownwood Lions head football coach, athletic director Sammy Burnett. How are you after a very nice weekend?
It was a nice weekend. I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, good. Did you get out and do anything this weekend?
Yes, I caught up on. I'll be out the rest of the week, so I tried to catch up on my honeydews at home and get my yard in order and all that kind of stuff since it's starting to grow. But it was nice weather to do that.
Well, that's good. That's good. Well, speaking of being, well, I guess before we get to this week, let's talk about what happened last week.
Okay. We had softball and baseball. We hosted Stephenville on Friday. Unfortunately, neither team was victorious in their game. I was going back and forth and got to watch both games. They were both close. Honestly, the difference in both ball games, girls spotted 3 runs in 1 inning, which kept them from being victorious. They lost 5-3. Had an opportunity at the end of the game. They had bases loaded. Had a hard hit ball to third base. A girl stabbed it. Actually made a great play and touched the bag in that game. If that ball gets by, they tie the game up and have a chance to win it. So it continued to fight throughout the whole game. The girls did. I still love their attitude and their willingness to go out there and compete and have a never-lose mentality. Put themselves in a position to win it. Just fell a little short. Looking forward for them. They're off the rest of the week. They got byes. Looking to see where they're going to wind up finishing in district. Opportunity to probably play Snyder or Levelland. Going to be probably the 28th or 29th. Looking at some dates there to try to see if we can't solidify their first-round game. On the boys' side, they dropped their game to Stephenville 8-4. Again, for them, they had a 4-run inning that cost them. Weren't able to overcome that. Had opportunities to win the game. I tipped my hat to Stephenville. Did what they had to do to get wins. We left some people on base. Didn't hit the ball like I felt we should, so weren't able to put those points on the board. But any time in either one of those games that you're spotting 3 or 4 runs an inning and you're not returning the favor, puts you in a bind. So for the boys, they're off the rest of the time as well. They got 2 byes. They'll have to see what happens with Stephenville and Glenrose. Have an opportunity after this week to play Glenrose twice. Really be important if we swept them. Right now, I think they've lost 1 game, and that's to us. So we need right now. It looks like we have the advantage over Stephenville, even though they beat us 3 times. We've won more games than they have at this point. So what we need to do on the boys' side is finish the district race strong. Try to knock off Glenrose twice. We'll host them at home on that Tuesday, and then go there on that Friday and play them there. So it's going to be a good time to have a bye, I think. For them to rest up, work on some things they need to work on, get rejuvenated, and finish the district race, and then look forward to the playoffs with those 2 teams. So, I will say congratulations to the girls. They have solidified an opportunity to go to the state playoffs. Again, play in a Levelland or Snyder's, what it looks like, and we've been working on trying to find sites for that. So as soon as we get that information, we'll get it out.
Okay. Kind of on that note, we're basically just on baseball and softball side waiting around to see what Stephenville and Glenrose do against each other this week.
That's right. Yeah. So it's going to be a big week for us to see how that turns out. Again, the baseball team still has an opportunity to win a couple more games, so hopefully we can do that.
Okay. What else do we have going on this weekend?
This week it is a busy week for a couple of groups, not as busy for the others, but we do have regional golf going on today. Haven't heard anything yet from Coach Wilson about how our girls are probably still finishing up today. And then they will complete their regional rounds tomorrow. I will be leaving tomorrow morning early to take the boys up there. I'm helping transport boys we have so many boys going, we have to take multiple vehicles, so I'm going to transport some boys up there tomorrow morning. If not, I'd have been there today for the girls, but I will get to see them their second round tomorrow, at least as much as I can see. The boys will play a practice round tomorrow afternoon, and then they'll kick off their regional tournament on Wednesday and Thursday, so I'll be in Lubbock for that. We'll do a off-site radio show. I'll see if I can't give you some updates on how it's going on in the golf tournament on Wednesday with our boys, and then give the results for the girls. And then on Friday, we'll have area track in Abilene at Abilene Wiley Stadium. So looking forward to that. See if we can get some kids to advance to regional. Have a good chance on the boys and girls to get that done. So it's a busy week for golf. Boys and girls, and a busy week for boys and girls track on Friday. So some big events coming up, so look forward to the week.
Yeah. We had regional tennis last week too, didn't we?
We did have regional tennis, and our girls doubles they performed well. They got beat early, but I really enjoyed watching them play. They were against a worthy opponent. Our boys doubles advanced to the second round, and then they got knocked off, but I thought they did a great job as well. And the one that stood out for us was Peter Lee in boys singles. He made it to the semifinals, was defeated in the semifinals, faced a kid from Borger. I had an opportunity to watch the young man from Borger play at the same time Peter was playing in the semis. He looked pretty good, but had, sort of looked to me like an off day, apparently, because when I saw him on, I guess it was Thursday morning, the boy didn't miss a beat. I mean, everything he hit fell in the court, and Peter played extremely hard and made it a great contest. But Peter Lee, congratulations to him. He finished fourth in the region in boys singles. So all in all, I talked to Coach Blasick and myself, and all the years I've been doing tennis, for Coach Blasick and myself, is the first time that we had someone advance to the second day. So that's a testament to Peter's hard work and what he's done over the course of his career, and I wish him the best of luck in his future. Hopefully he'll continue playing tennis at the next level, but I thought he represented our school and our program well.
Yeah. Talking about regional golf again, of course, early this year, the boys were down at the state preview, and 5 of the top 6 teams down there came out of Region 1, so obviously the toughest region in the state this week.
No doubt about it. All 5 of those teams in our region will be competing for the top 2 spots to advance to the state tournament. You got both the Canyon schools, Canyon Randall, Canyon High. Canyon Randall is probably the big one to look at right now. They're probably sitting number 1 in the state. Canyon does a great job. Monaghan's is right there. Andrews is right there, and we're right there. Talking to Coach Jones, what we feel is going to have to happen is our top 5 are going to have to shoot in the 70s both days to have a chance to advance the team to the state tournament. If not, if that doesn't happen, we have an opportunity to qualify in the medalist positions. We have several kids that have the potential to be able to do that if our team doesn't advance. But like I said, that's going to be tough as well because you're only taking 2 from the region. And looking at that, there's 2 teams that'll go, and then now you're looking at 3 other teams that have quality golfers that could be medalists if their team doesn't advance. So we're going to have to go play our A game. The good thing is right now with weather, looks like it's going to be in the mid-80s to high 70s on those 2 days. Didn't see a ton of wind. There's always wind in Lubbock, but usually if it's going to be bad wind, they report that on the weather app that I look at. So it's going to be a couple of nice days. Hopefully the girls as well, today and tomorrow will be good days for them, and see if we can't get some opportunities to advance the state in those 2.
And on the girls' side, second year in a row, they're going to regionals. Mm-hmm. It looks like all their scores this year have improved quite a bit from what they were.
They have. They're a young group as well. But they're led by senior Haley Martindale, who's been battling with some health issues, but she's really pushed through that, and she's gone through some struggles during her rounds, but she's gotten better and better, and she doesn't look at that as a handicap. She just fights through it. So led by Haley, and we got some good golfers on the girls' side. They're young, and hopefully they can go out there and perform well today and tomorrow and see what happens.
Yeah, I think the track meet Friday, I think we're in 23 different events or 23 entries or something like that.
If I'm guessing, we have somewhere around 19 kids participating in all those events, which is a good showing from our district. Like I said, it's going to be a good meet. It's going to be a great opportunity for our kids to advance, have potential in several events to get to the regional track meet, which always is. It's a really tough region there as well. So, but looking forward to it. It looks like we're going to have great weather, so hopefully our kids will be at peak performance on those days and have the confidence to go out there and compete to their best ability and let it fall where it may. Just go out there and do the best you can and use the abilities you've been blessed with and let everything else fall into place. But we'll have great opportunity.
All right, so that's the spring roundup. How are things looking football-wise this week?
It's funny. I've been asked a lot that question. How are we looking for next year? Well, we're looking good. We got a lot of great kids that are working really hard. Today was a day that we went out and we lifted this morning. So then during the period, all sports get to go to their sport, whether it's basketball, soccer, baseball, football, whatever it is, and work on the skills. And we're trying to translate what we're doing in the weight room and the work ethic and the strength and the speed that we're gaining and trying to go apply that on the field. Have some kids that are looking good on the football side. Got to find some spots on offense. As everybody knows that I've talked to, we got 10 spots available on the offensive side. We'll do more players going both ways this year. Don't have the advantage that we had last year of two platooning, which means you play one side of the ball. But growing up, Brownwood line and all through the course of years, we've had multiple people that played both ways, and that's where we'll be next year. We'll have some guys playing corner and receiver. We'll have some linemen probably going both ways. It'll be our job to spell them to where they can get to the fourth quarter and have the energy that they need to play at their highest level. But the biggest concern that I have right now is the offensive side and putting people in the right positions, making sure we're not wasting days, getting them reps at a position that they may switch to another one. So we've done a lot of meetings with coaches about where we're going to start kids, the positions that they're going to play on both sides of the ball. Right now, everybody's going both sides of the ball. Today was a defensive day. We'll be gone the rest of the week, so offense will pick up Tuesday and Thursday, or Tuesday, Friday. We have tested on Thursday, so got a lot of things going on in the academic side that doesn't enable us to have full practice during the period, so we'll be missing some kids, but we'll do what we can. But still working on finding those guys that we feel need to be put in the right seats on the bus. I think we really understand who's going to be on the bus. We're just not really sure where they're going to sit. So we're still working on that, but our kids are working extremely hard. Their willingness to learn new positions that maybe they played last year, or to understand the fact that maybe a guy that's going to play on both sides of the ball, their attitude's where they need to be, and they're excited about the year, and they have high expectations for themselves. So that's what's most important, the belief that they have in themselves and their willingness to go out there and work and have established a strong work ethic. And I give credit to the guys that are juniors this year, going to be seniors next year. They're showing great leadership. They have high expectations for themselves, and it's contagious. They're leading others, and probably in one of the best places we've been since I've been here in off-season this year, with the kids' attitude and their desire to work and their desire to be successful.
And then 7-on-7 league play starts in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, Mondays in May. I have several teams coming over. It's going to be good. Gives us opportunity just to get reps. And, of course, quickly we'll start the 20th is our first state qualifier. And then we'll go 20. That'll be 20th will be at Justin Northwest. And then the 27th will be at Burnett. We'll host ours on June the 3rd at home. And then we'll go to June the 10th. We'll go to Jim Ned, and that'll wrap up our state qualifying tournament league series, whatever you want to call it, and hopefully we can advance to the state tournament, which is going to be, I think, the 22nd and 23rd at College Station in June.
All right. Anything else you want to mention today, Coach?
Yes, I do. We had some awards in soccer, which is a long list. Hopefully I won't butcher the names. They're sort of difficult for me to read. But on the girls' side, all district awards, midfield MVP was Adelaide Constancio. She's a senior. The gold boot, which is the most goals in district, was Kennedy Johnson with 17 goals. And the silver boot is the most assists, and that's Adelaide Constancio as well, with 12 assists. First team all-district honors went to Adelaide Constancio, Kennedy Johnson, Ibis Alvarado, Reagan Ratliff, and Jasmine Gibbs. Second team all-district was Molly Oliver, Alma Bernal, and Bracy Lee. And an honorable mention was Jacqueline Lewis, Addison Pacina, Myra Young, and Naomi Cisneros. On the boys' side, I had a lot of representatives, which is good. Our girls have been representing for several years. They've done a great job. Their program is growing. They're doing extremely well. On the boys' side, Coach Westerman came in a couple years ago, has done a great job of turning the program around. I had high expectations this year. Both were by-district champions, so congratulations to both groups. But on the boys' side, for the first time in a long time, we have great representation in the district awards. First team all-district players were Caleb Nelson, Noah Barron, Colton McMillan, and Jackson Yoder. Second team all-district were Colin Anderson, Junior Martinez, and Christian Villarreal. Honorable mention was Wyatt Jackson, Aiden Pena, and Peter Salazar. So congratulations to all those boys and girls in the soccer program for representing our district well and receiving a lot of awards.
Yeah, congratulations to them. Both teams won by-district championships. So very good year for the soccer programs. Anything else you want to talk about today, Coach?
No, just, looking around, I talk to our kids about it all the time. It's that translation of what you're doing in your workouts and athletic period from the weight room to the track, where we're trying to develop strength and speed, the work ethic that they're gaining and learning, and the delayed gratification when you look around and you see all the awards that our programs have been receiving from soccer to football to softball and baseball now, what's going on in track. Powerlifting, we had a state qualifier. I mean, just look when you're just looking around, our kids understanding the work ethic that it takes to be successful. Now their expectations are higher, and they expect to go out there, win, and be successful, and winning some by-district championships and even further on in the playoffs and representing our school in a way that we see it fit is pretty neat to see.
All right. Yeah, it's been another very successful year and not over with yet. Anybody else you want to mention today? Sir?
Well, I hate to do this. I was saddened yesterday as I watched Martinsville NASCAR report, and there it is, getting the grandfather clock is Kyle Larson, so I got to tip my hat to Star. Her guy got first, mine got 21st, so there wasn't much separation in them. Mine can't get out of he wants to drive too fast going through the pit, so he gets thrown in the back and can't overcome. So it's a miserable day for me, but I got to tip my hat to Star. I guess that's 2 in a row, Star. So congratulations to Kyle Larson and Hendricks Motorsports and blah, blah, blah. We'll look for Daytona. No, Talladega, sorry, next week.
That's right.
Also, we better thank those that make this show possible, of course. Auto Glass Magic, Burner Auto Group, Syntex Bonding and Paint, Syntex Equipment Sales, Citizens National Bank, Dan Hill Containers, Dr. Bon Young, Dr. Pepper Bottling Company, Edward Jones Investments, Hendrick Medical, Howey Enterprises, Humphrey Peets, Heartland Funeral Home, Landmark Admin, MC Bank, Painter & Johnson Associates, Smith & Sharp Agency, Sonic Drive-In, Stanley Chrysler, Texas Bank, Weldon Wilson Electric, Western Bank, and Willie's Teas.
All right. Well, we will be back Wednesday with a road show from Lubbock here
That's
on
right.
KOXE, KOXE.com, the KOXE app, and the KOXE Facebook pages.
Have a great day, Brownwood.